guys, this is Irene, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about this whole situation with Brown University and their transgender study, their study on gender dysphoria. So we are reaching an age where solid scientific research can be snuffed out by bullies who want to push an agenda. And honestly, it's pretty disgusting. I'm pretty appalled by it. And this is a clear-cut case of this happening. And we see this happening with other issues and people making that claim and being denied. But this one is happening in real time, so none of us can deny that it's going on. Basically, they did a study of a little bit under 300 participants. I am going to link the actual study if you'd like to read it yourself, with parents whose children became transgendered suddenly. They had no indication of gender dysphoria whatsoever, but they suddenly became gender dysphoric as they reached puberty, and the attachment to media and the influence that the media had over children making this decision. Surprise, surprise, which is why I'm always telling you guys to turn off your televisions, to disengage from the media, your social media platforms, things like that. I'm always telling you guys to disengage because honestly, these things are set up to condition people, and some people are more susceptible to conditioning than others. That's why when you have hypnotists, all people are not capable of being hypnotized. There are some people who are more susceptible to hypnosis than others. And these conditioning tactics are no different. So there was a correlation found. This would indicate that this is not something that is necessarily neurological in the sense that these people are born that way or that their brains are formed differently. And so this is genetic in cause per se. This would argue something a little bit different. And obviously that's not the current rhetoric of the LBGTQ community. The Alphabet Pal community. This is not their current rhetoric. So Brown issued a long and a short statement. I'm not going to bother reading their little backpedaling statement, trying to protect themselves and why they pulled the publication of this study. But I will go ahead and I will attach a link if you care to read what they wrote. But they basically said it's not about academic freedom. It's about academic standards, and academic freedom and inclusion are not mutually exclusive. And that just because the study was done doesn't mean they've got to just put it out there in the public, is what they're saying. They have the right to suppress what they want to suppress, is where they're going with this. Let me go ahead and there is an interesting part of this study, and it's called Social and Peer Contagion. And I think that you guys need to read this, okay? It says a description of cluster outbreaks of gender dysphoria occurring in pre-existing groups of friends and increased exposure to social media, internet, preceding a child's announcement of transgender identity raises the possibility of social and peer contagion. I am not going to say much more on this right now. I think that pretty much says it all. There is a war on for our children. There is a war on right now, and we need to be better at fighting this. You know, I'm always telling you guys to turn off your televisions, to disengage from media, to not put your children in front of these things, to guard your children and who they associate with, because this is like a plague. It is like a plague, and it is contagious. The idiocy, the insanity, the debauchery, the vileness is contagious. And this is a study that was performed correctly, but showed something that these communities want to deny, which is that they recruit. They recruit. because without recruiting, they would fizzle out and die. And so the takeaway from this Brown thing is less about Brown and their desire to crush any proof of this because of the pressure from outside, external forces. The real takeaway from this is that guard your children. This is why I'm an advocate of homeschooling. This is why I'm an advocate of opening our own schools. This is why, especially as Christians, we need to be careful. I heard a sermon once, and the minister said, if you send your children to Caesar, if you let Caesar educate your children, do not be surprised when they come back children of Caesar. And these children came back children of Caesar. Confused, gender dysphoric, social and peer contagion. I'm going to attach the study. I strongly advise that you read it. This is one of those things where you need to read this. We're so happy to listen to people talk, but we need to start doing this research and getting and digging into these studies ourselves. Because this is real out here. There is a war on out here. And these people, these you guys like to call them the left, but these wicked people, they go hard for this. They're really fighting us, and we're coming out with butter knives to a gunfight. And we need to do better. We need to do better at protecting our value system, at protecting the truth, at backing academia who choose to put out studies that speak truth. Social and peer contagion. Think about that the next time you send your little one off to school. All right, this is Irene, and I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Bye-bye.